Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. We have something just a little fun to talk about. Just a little special to talk about today.
How long that was going to last?
I don't know.
Lord Sausage!
The sleeping giant of sci-fi has awoken.
Yeah.
Well,
if you have a lady, you have to have a lord, right? So, hey.
You got to. Lord and Lady.
What's Lord
Not
Sausage
to alarm
mean?
you.
What's that
I'm
mean,
watching that. I'm
Except
watching
for I
this
get
on
words
YouTube,
on my
and we're in
face.
portrait mode.
So
I still don't know what that means.
Which thing?
Look at YouTube. We're in portrait mode.
So it's that way.
Yes.
if you exit out and go back in, it's not just.
So I have to be like there.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't want to sit like this the whole fucking thing.
It's
No,
only
yeah,
for the
Roger.
vertical people anyway, you know?
Yeah.
So, I
Let's
guess
go
just
back
jump
to it.
in. All this being said, first and foremost,
Nope,
before
still
we
portrait.
dive into the Stargate aspects of the day, because that's going to be,
Just go out and
the
back in.
day.
Why was
How
that?
are y'all feeling right now with this news?
I don't know what's happening.
Awesome. I feel like
We've
I
only been talking
What?
right
Wait.
here.
What's the news?
What
They
news?
are
What's happening?
selling Stargate.
Are you
from Amazon.
pregnant?
Apple has bought Stargate, and Apple's doing something entirely new now.
Yeah. Mhm.
Cool.
Oh,
This live stream started very well.
4 minutes in, the chaos has ensued. It
it does.
literally feels like a fever
Mhm.
dream still. Jake,
Yeah.
we've been
does.
here literally,
Mhm.
what, 5 years ago, Jay? You and Matt and Stormy were here, and
5 years already.
5 years ago now, I
Yeah,
decided,
what
hey,
would
you know
you
what? We're in a pandemic. Let me watch something that looks like I need to be watching it. And this was it over Farscape, which this is in lieu of today's Farscapetrion on Patreon stream, of course. But
Right.
5 years, man. It's been 5 years for the two of us, and Sarah was hanging out with us since the get-go too, and she's been on the channel for a year and a half now.
Yeah.
This feels just insane. It feels like the culmination of half a freaking decade of just hanging out and discussing something that we didn't even know if it was ever going to actually come back in the way we wanted
Right.
to.
Yeah. I mean, just last week, Harris and I were talking about let's reimagine what it would be if they brought it back. And then,
Well, like the best
Oh,
approach
yeah.
with Badlands and how Predators revived itself and how Aliens revived itself lately. How can Stargate do the same? And
Mhm.
shit, we're about to find out. Apparently,
Yeah. I just
Oh,
love that they've
okay.
actually done everything we told them that would be the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Basically, like even 4 years ago, we were going, well, you really should bring Brad Wright back. Even as a consultant, you probably should. You should really bring back things. Really should do it as a series and not a movie. A movie's a terrible idea. Don't do that.
Well, clearly they listened to us
Ayo,
Or just
they got
comment.
Brad
They
and
listen
and
to
about
PR
1,000 other people.
Their PR people were talking to us bloody 3 years ago saying all the metadata says do a series, try to bring back Bad Right. So they've just finally listened to them. So good. Basically.
very good.
yeah.
I'm
I was saying in the pre thing, whatever the pre thing is for this. When I first saw the notification, I looked at it and thought that's bollocks, and then looked at who posted it. It was Prime Video, and went, "Oh, maybe not bollocks."
You see Darren and David hop up there. Oh,
do you know the
God.
best of this? You know, say about 8 weeks ago, I talked to somebody and they told me basically, TV series is back on. There's this new boss, this Peter Friedlander's in charge now, and everybody seems to want a TV series. Just a matter of like pulling it together. And obviously, we didn't know Brad Wright and this Martin Giro. We didn't know any of that, but we knew they seemed to be pointing that direction. And then 24 hours before this happened, I got a notification saying, dial the gate off a Gate World, new series announcement. It just popped up and then it disappeared really quickly. And I went onto Gate World and there was nothing. So I was like, what's that about? And I just quickly Googled, I thought, I've not heard anything. So I just thought maybe it's an old one or something. I just think. And then it popped up the next day and I was like, they fucked up. And then we realized, oh crap, there's an announcement. I was just, I wish I'd engaged my brain a bit quicker. I could have jumped every like 24 hours. And if I was one of those people, I could have gone, oh no, I know something I don't know. But in hindsight, it's 2020. But Like I was like, crap, it was so obvious.
Well, and it didn't feel real, if anything.
No,
like, I had a text. I texted David Reed and then Colin Cunningham right after. I was like, great job, David. And I texted Colin. I told him Major Davis is definitely at least a general now, right? You know, he's got to be up there. He's got to be up there. Okay. The easiest place to start, just conversation-wise, for this. Obviously, we're freaking excited from every angle.
Oh, yeah.
This, I think, is the most important question before we continue. Tony has asked a very important J question here.
I was playing snooker. I lost to the next game, though. I couldn't concentrate.
No. Yeah.
So I did that little quick video in my car in the dark that you can't see. And then I went back in and I destroyed snooker. I could not concentrate. I was useless. It was just all going through my head. I was just like, and then I started getting messages. Well, no, initially I got a message from a guy that works for CAA saying, "You're gonna fucking lose your mind." I'm sorry, I keep swearing. Apologize. You're gonna lose your fragile little mind.
Also,
but I didn't know what he was talking about. And then I noticed all the notifications come on. I was like, "Oh crap!" And then I started feeling bad because I thought, "How did I not know this? I've let everyone down." So then I generally started feeling quite bad. And then D's Matters is one of the guys that subscribes to us noticed, "No, you told us this about 2 months ago." I was like, "Did I?"
Like, yes, I did.
Yeah. I forgot.
Honestly,
I don't give a crap. It would have been brilliant if we'd have known this and got the scoop on it, obviously, but I don't give a crap. It only matters that we've actually got what we want. We get Brad Wright, we got Joseph Malozzi, we got a writer and showrunner that knows Stargate and has done some good TV. I know people are going to go, Quantum Leap was crap, but he also brought us Blind Spot, which wasn't.
Right.
It was really good. The first season was like the most watched TV show on TV that year. The other seasons weren't great, but the first season.
Are we back?
Yeah, you're
what just happened there?
I don't know.
My internet, or was it you? What happened?
I don't know which one of it was, but I'm here.
Okay, we're back. We're moving. Cool.
Right. So, is there anything else you guys would have wanted from this announcement that we didn't get?
A film, but that's
to be on the panel.
I think it's the film.
No, I think we got it just about. I mean, unless we want like official confirmation of getting some legacy characters back, but we probably will.
It's a bit early for that, though, isn't it? They've only really
yeah,
written.
But it's not surprising. That's fine.
I know it's the unpopular opinion, but I do think that a series, obviously, it's the thing that fans want. Older fans, I don't think it's the best way to get new fans still, and that is going to be the biggest hurdle, I think, for them. And a movie and a film would have been the easiest, and not just easiest, but the most pivotal way of doing so. That is the only. I wouldn't even classify it as a disappointment because we're getting a freaking series.
Yeah.
But it does signal that they're not 100% confident to me still. It signals that they're still a little dicey.
I just think
I disagree with that completely. If they treat it exactly the same way as they treated Stargate Atlantis, which was brand new and you could jump on straight away with Stargate Atlantis, not having watched Stargate before, it'll be fine.
And that's the important bit. That's what they're doing. Then it's not a straight continuation in lots of ways. It's it's like a soft reboot, really. It's it's a project that you don't need to have watched Stargate before, but there'll be plenty of Easter eggs for Gators as well. It exists in universe, so I think it's a great way of doing it. The one thing they could have done maybe as a thing is what they used to do was do the first episode as a double and release it as a streaming movie, and then maybe just do 12 episodes as the first season, but release the first 2 as a little streaming movie. Get a bit of excitement going. It doesn't have to be on cinema anymore. Movies do just as good streaming. So they could still do that. We don't know they won't do that. This is still really early in development. Sure, we don't know what they're going to do. That's really going to be up to Martin Gero and is it Gero or Hero? I don't know if the G is silent.
I thought it was Gero.
He's our hero.
I think it's Gero, isn't it? He is our hero at this point.
I mean, okay, we've mentioned them, and we mentioned Quantum Leap and Blind Spot and all that. I have never seen Quantum Leap. The only things, besides Mark saying he just loves it a minute ago, I've never seen anybody say anything good about Quantum Leap besides it has some good episodes in it. The reboot, at least.
It got better.
That's what I've heard.
I quite liked it. The new one. It was quite good.
Well, my biggest worry is also my biggest excitement going in, and I think it is Martin Garrow. It is Garrow. Thank you, Trekgate. Okay, there we go. Okay, look, we're getting more people saying they like it immediately. So that's good. I've never watched the original Quantum Leap or the new one, so I don't know anything in that sense. But I'm just going from consensus of what feels like online is. The only thought there is
Quantum Leap. God, man, I've never
you
anything.
It is Quantum Leap was a huge series that people loved for years. How long did it last? It was almost in 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons or something like that.
6 or 7 seasons. I think I got 6.
So a big show that lasted a long time that was rebooted by somebody that loved it and brought it back, and it fitted out very quickly. That is my biggest.
It got cancelled halfway through the first season. The first half of the first season did not do well,
right?
And they somehow managed to get a second, and it did get better. It did, but it started weakly. They didn't have enough money. I don't think it quite had the budget it needed either. To be honest.
Right.
That and because thankfully Martin Garrow has a lot of good boxes to tick to lessen the worries, but that's just the first just worry that comes to my brain. And I don't like that the worries come first. The excitement came first, but you bring in the realism and the pragmatism into things. Has to happen every now and then. The only worry is that, hey, the same guy had a passion for something, brought it back, and it fizzled out real quick. And it is exactly the same vein of what we're doing right here, right now. The good thing is this guy wrote on all the Stargate shows to a degree, producing all of them to a degree. Maybe not like Malazzi or Wright producing wise, but hell, he was there and he was in the room doing it. He's been there since the get-go. Maybe not since day one, but next door to it.
So remember, he worked on Dark Matter as well, which is
I love that show.
Sci-fi cult classic.
So where that worry is, who else is better for this? And he wasn't almost even on our radar at all. Like, talk about coming out of the blue. Martin Garrow
and it's like, oh, duh, light bulb on, like, good idea. I mean, and we got Brad and Joseph in there too, so he didn't have those guys.
I'm wondering if, when I saw the announcement, I was wondering if Brad and Joseph being there was more of a fan service thing, so they'll be there maybe for the first season, and then
they were labeled both as consulting producers.
They're consultant producers,
right.
So that means they're basically like creative. They will be involved in, and if Brad Wright gets half a chance, he's writing an episode. Okay.
Oh yeah, he'll be. I think they'll be in there. Yeah.
I'd be shocked if Brad doesn't.
I mean, having them as consultants at least is what we wanted, right? So
so they are creative consultants.
So we are getting some.
I think that's all you need.
What do you think about Emmerich and Devlin being executive?
That I didn't realize was a thing until they started saying
that. Isn't that just because they have to have some sort of credit?
It may be that. Probably.
I think they didn't first time round because they basically chose not to. They were approached.
They didn't want anything to do with the TV show.
Right.
Yeah.
I do wonder though if there might be a longer term plan here with the fact that it may just be they've jumped on this time because neither of their careers has gone quite as well in the last couple of years.
No, Moonfall made $1 billion, didn't it?
Yes, I mean it was an excellent movie that won like 12 Oscars as well, mate. It was just like
the only one that got anywhere close to Lord
success. Of the Rings. I didn't watch anything else that year. I just watched Moonfall back to back for like 12 months.
And you've watched Moonfall more than Firefly now.
Oh God, yeah. And the whole thing with the gravity waves and the thing that made total sense.
I took a sip of water. I almost just spat it back at my freaking computer.
Yeah. But Dean Devlin's been doing okay. He's been doing his own stuff. Ark was shit, but other than that,
he's at least had consistency, which is good.
Yeah, unless there is an idea of a movie later. Because if ever they took Stargate to cinema, Roland Emmerich would pretty much have to be involved. He'd have to be.
Yep.
But we've had stories over the years though about actually the IP for Stargate is a bit of a bloody mess. And it's a bit like Star Trek in that if you've got a creator that does something original with Stargate, they kind of own it. So it's like things like Zat was created by the production company that was doing it at the time. So they kind of own it. and certain characters and things can be difficult. So they've always said that, I think it was Brad Wright that said the IP is a bit of a mess when it comes to Stargate. So they've kind of involved everybody. And it doesn't mean you can't use it. So it doesn't mean you can't, but it becomes a little bit complicated and you could risk ending up in court. So it's easier just to give these people a title and give them a wage. And then if they come to you and go, oh, I like this, you go, okay, Mr. Rowland, that's a wonderful idea. Ignore everything you just fucking said. And then, you know, just like you can do that. Or maybe they've been sitting there thinking, look, if this does well, there's something else down the line. But I mean, that's purely speculative, but they've gotten back on board somehow.
Yeah.
And
which seems like a good thing.
Roland Emmerich came out 2-3 years ago and said, they've approached me about doing a TV series, and I'm not interested because they only care about the TV audience. They don't care about the movies. They don't care about what I did. They only care about SG1, SGU, and SG8. So so much change.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So,
that might be why we're getting a series for sure over a film as well. Just the, like you said, the IP and the if all those same hurdles have to be crossed in a TV series, how many more hurdles does a film have to cross first? And does it make it easier to have that series there so you get a certain license for everything already and have contracts set in place, then to put a film out? That makes sense.
Yep.
So does
I've literally just had a message from a guy that used to work at MGM, and he's literally just, and all he's put, he said, is what the effing, he's put about 9 times in the sentence. It's so imaginative. Where the f did that come from? This is the fucking thing. It's so funny. I just messaged him, did you know anything about it? And he just went, no. But with a lot of other frivolities. How impressed are you guys that they kept this secret as well? That we knew, like I said, I heard whispers of a TV series a couple of months ago, but I didn't know anything specific. I just knew basically the person I spoke to said everybody involved wanted a TV series, and it was only Jen Salke that was blocking it. And so this new this new guy, Friedlander, that had come in, his job was to get all these projects going that were stuck in the mud. So Stargate, RoboCop, God of War, Warhammer, all these things that have just been stuck.
Well, don't forget, first and foremost, and most importantly, we have to get Legally Blonde 3 out.
Yeah, Legally
Blonde. Oh, yes, of course.
It's TV,
or
it's going to be a TV
show
series.
now, yeah.
Right.
It's a prequel.
That's
right. So
and they didn't use Reese Witherspoon's daughter, which is just kind of odd. But anyway.
Legally Blonde, Moonfall, the crossover is what I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah.
So he's obviously come in and done his job. It's the first thing that's been greenlit under him. Some people are saying, well, this was greenlit a year ago. It wasn't. It was greenlit about 6 weeks ago. He started working on it a year ago to pitch it after the movie was cancelled. But and the movie is actually still on their slate for the new year. But I don't think we should take anything from that because if you look at,
we read between every line pot.
Stuff stays on the slate for years or never goes off ever. So I mean, there's films that have been like in pre-production like 30 years. If you look on some of their websites, so I mean, it's they just don't beat them. But But anyway, so what do you guys think about? What are your biggest fears? I think that's true. So we know what our excitement is, but what are your biggest fears?
That there'll be too many fans that are nitpicky about what they like and don't like, instead of just being open-minded.
We don't want to turn into like Star Wars,
like with Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Everyone hated it before it came out.
Yeah.
Well, and
a video about that going on Tachyon Pulse tomorrow.
That's an important thing to say because, hey, we all talk about it. It's best to wait till something's out and judge it then watch it, form your opinion. If there's anything that breaks that, it's Rings of Power. You could tell that was not going to be good beforehand. You could tell that they just were not approaching it the way that a Lord of the Rings project, Tolkien, somebody who changed the entire the way the entire globe reads, views, watches, digests literature and everything since then, has been informed by this one guy. and they didn't give him a 15th of the respect that they should have. When
I don't even think it was that. It was not getting Peter Jackson on board in some capacity.
That too.
Yeah,
was the problem.
This, at least with Brad and Joseph Malazzi there, is signaling that they are taking a different approach to that now, which is different than the 2019 script when they had Brad already, and then they were like, hey, sorry, we're pulling a Peter Jackson, kind of throwing you into the rug for a bit.
Right.
They said, we're pulling that rug out and we're replacing it. And, you're under there. We're pulling you out and putting you up in a pedestal, which is exactly what should have been done. So that signals good things. I think the biggest worry besides the nitpicky fans, because we just don't want to turn it to Star Wars, Star Trek, in the fan base aspect, with cool projects, hell yeah. But, we don't want to have just a vitriolous fan base for the sake of being vitriolous.
We want their money.
This is true.
Okay, we want some of their money.
Yeah.
We have Star Trek budget, please. We don't need Andor budget. That would just be stupid. But can we have Star Trek budget, please? That'd be marvelous.
Yeah.
Something. But just
won't get it.
Not to at least acknowledge the Lord of the Rings of Power.
Frozen in the funniest position there.
He's back.
Me?
Yeah. You glitched for a second.
You froze with your tongue out.
I'm that excited. I don't know. My internet's going out. My tongue's going out.
Why is there a tent behind you, mate?
I got it for free off of a Buy Nothing group on Facebook. I've been really bad about Buy Nothing groups on Facebook lately. I got a free chair.
Back it down.
No, you couldn't take it down. It's got to be up in your living room. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Mate, you're American. You do these sorts of things. We've had Friendsgiving and Thanksgiving. Activities are good when you have a bunch of people coming in and out of the house. Okay, so you've been doing the tent. Fine.
All I see is ducks. All I see is ducks.
Yeah.
And parrots, excuse me. God, Peacemaker season 2 is awful. And hopefully Stargate will make us better.
It wasn't as good as the first season, but it wasn't as good. Yeah, it wasn't as good.
It could have been. It had elements, but shoot. Do you think obviously we can keep talking about the worries and stuff, but the Devlin and Emmerich thought process did bring a question to my mind. Do you think having Brad Wright back, Mr. Consultant producer over here now, how much do you think he pushed for that 2019 film script of his to be translated into an episode or an episode or two? Do you think that was part
I think things have changed to such an extent.
I would
assume probably rewritten it a million times in his head anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think
we know the answer to this anyway, because Martin Gero had written the pilot before he approached Brad Wright and Joseph Malazzi. Okay, so that's how he got them on board with his vision for the new series. So they've gone, that's awesome. Let's do that. I'm sure there'll be a collaborative thing, but it's his idea that they're going with.
Okay, well that's good.
What do you reckon the idea is? Where do you reckon the story's going to go? Because I've been thinking about it, and like at the end of SG1, we had, or the Atari had, the Asgard core. They were the most powerful people in the galaxy.
Yeah, God killers.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How 14, 15 years has gone by. Well, hang on, when did SG1 end? It was like 2010, wasn't it? So
yeah, it'll be interesting, like how the technology's developed or not.
I had the feeling that they would include some sort of politics into it, and like the Stargate network, the Stargate project has been shut down, and now it's being reopened.
Yeah,
and then it's kind of like getting back into the galaxy. I think that would be quite cool.
What they've said is though that it's a standalone project. So it is a continuation. It's in universe, but it's a standalone project. How about if they did a prequel?
Ancients.
No, they're not going to do a prequel. They're not that.
Are you sure?
If they did a prequel, I'm out. I think that's the one way.
What would it be like? Ra and the slave uprising? Showing
I think it'd be the Ancients. I think the obvious thing is do the Ancients.
That I mean, I would probably watch it in like a year. That might piss me off enough where I wouldn't watch it day one. because that would be signaling that they don't care about new fans at all. All they're doing is trying to wean the cash out of the people that are willing to give it to them, and that would be Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power times 5.
That's fine with me. Take my money.
Yeah, that would be. Hey, we're not going to give you what you want. We're gonna because that would be something after you had something established.
It could be House of the Dragon.
Okay, yeah, but House of the Dragon came after a decade of Game of Thrones, and
but
it's been 15 years.
What you're talking about is a prequel that wouldn't be like, it's not Star Trek. It's not right on the toes of SG-1. It's not like they do the 10 years before SG-1 and they run up because nothing was happening for a start. So I think it's a million years before when we're talking about. Right. They could add an awful lot to the thing. We've always said actually a prequel with the Ancients could be quite cool. Not
to start them, maybe as a spin-off. They could have a scene, like an opening scene of Ancients talking about something, and then it jumps to current day or whatever.
If they had a 5 to 15 minute opening sequence for the entire series with something like that, I'm on board. And you could even utilize that as a backdoor pilot after a season or two actually does well and they have the right fan base to do things with. But that's a big if.
I wonder if this is going to be quite a small on scale story. This could be something that's in universe, but not on a grand sort of universal scale. I think it could be trapped somewhere or on a mission somewhere and it goes wrong, or so it could be a relatively small scale thing that they open with. That's again with universe, a clever storyline, but not really. It's not like battling the Ori or anything. It's it could be quite a small thing.
We can't battle the Ori; they're dead.
Yeah,
that's not
ish.
Maybe
I missed you.
Do we know that?
Yeah,
you can't do the gold either. They're dead.
They're not dead. They're still. I had this.
All right, yeah. There are some that got ruled out there,
there
but the system lords are dead.
There's still a lot of
their power was smashed. There's a load of them on Earth. Elon Musk is one. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
And Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg looks like, I think Zuckerberg's an android.
No, Zuckerberg's an Unis.
Yeah.
He's Lizard Man.
He does look like he could lick his own.
He's a replicator.
Oh God.
But
I had a message.
We don't know what we're going to get because they're going to be very secretive about this until they start filming. And then they will start leaking things out. Joseph Motty can't help himself. He will definitely leak stuff out.
Yeah.
And he's actually already said, isn't he, that Giro has a similar sort of philosophy when it comes to that sort of thing. He wants to excite fans, but I think that's the way to do things nowadays. I think Peter Jackson led the way on that.
Well, and it was awesome for them to include Darren and David in that way, where I think that's pretty clear that's how they're going to approach this. They want, and one of the biggest things in the announcement, I think, taking away from it was, hey, we hear the fans. We see that you're rewatching it constantly. We hear that you want it back. We're listening to all your podcasts. We're listening to all your videos. We're listening to this, and that. That, I hate to beat a dead horse, but Rings of Power didn't freaking do that. So these are good signs. These are really good signs.
3 years ago, we were telling people that they were doing that. And we were telling people that the people I was talking to, I know for a fact they were listening to what people were saying, and they track it all on social media now. How much are people talking about it? What's the thing? Is how many videos being done about it? If videos are being done about it, how much are they being watched? And they have software now that gathers all of this information together. So they know they base it on I think it was Jenny Stiver, wasn't it? It's talking about this, that they can track sort of like the fan base and then the active fan base. And they know how many people are sort of actively interested in Stargate on a relatively regular basis.
Yeah.
And they know that. That's one question for you. I know Dial the Gate are the biggest, Gatewolves are the biggest group, but shouldn't really SciTrek have been in this conversation? We've been the most active.
Yeah.
I said that. I was very sad to not see any of you up there.
Not get an email or
Yeah.
anything. No.
It was lost. It was what they
Well,
did.
maybe eventually. I don't know.
They did send it, but it was in an alternate timeline with the Shen So they chucked it through the gate, and then like solar flares and shit happened, and it changed the timeline.
Yeah.
Gate World haven't been doing loads of videos about this. They've done lots of videos about selling the toys, but they've not done loads of videos on this. And we've been. I mean, I haven't done really for the last 18 months because there just wasn't anything new to talk about. I'm just going to make some up just to think. There's nothing. It just went quiet. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
I guess the main reason
we talked about
they didn't involve SciTrek is the same reason they didn't involve Popcast or Nerd Cookies. Like, there's loads of creators that have made content about, probably not to the extent SciTrek has, but you know what I mean. Like, there are lots of channels, and they are I guess the main ones.
Yeah, well, and I'm
we're not only Stargate, where a lot of those others are like only Stargate. We do more than that.
Straight up lied as well about when the movie was being built up towards the strikes. They had a video out where they said they had the opening sequence for the trailer that was going to be SDC when it was going to be announced, and I know for a fact there was no such thing.
Yeah,
they straight up. And when I told them you've got that wrong, whoever's told you that is wrong, they threatened me.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought it was being nice, saying, "Oh, mate, you've made a mistake. That's not true." And they went, "If you say anything publicly, we will destroy you with all the creators." And I'm like, Brad follows me on Twitter. I don't think he is. He's just asked me about golf courses. I think I'm okay. But I thought, no, I'll let it go, leave it. But it was not true, and they straight up made it up.
I've got one good Stargate hoodie from them, but after all those situations, they're just...
We will destroy you.
Yeah.
Podcast has proven... just gone, no, we're pretty sure it's accurate, but, but it was the threat that sort of made me go, yeah, you've made that up.
Well, I mean, they've done that on a multitude of bases with plenty of people. If we think we're the only ones, that's kind of naive. And I think Amazon has taken note of people and creators like that. If they have been watching all of us for these years... They know that, that's why they're not involved. Nerd Cookies, because she's awesome. One of my favorite people on the entire YouTube app, website, all the above. Hey, if you want to come on here, Elaine, we want you. We follow each other on Twitter. Come hang out with us.
Yeah. I did try and get her on. I was in conversation with her, and then she said, not yet, and then I left Discord. So
I think the only reason Amazon wouldn't have approached her because she's got 100,000. She's awesome. Plus, she's awesome. I think it's just because she doesn't use her face. Would be my guess. Would be the only thought process. For
Amazon. That's what I was going to say too.
Gatewell don't rock the boat either. I mean, like Darren has got direct links to all of the people. I just want to get them all in interviews.
Sure,
David. Sorry.
Well, I think
they are the most sensible to approach.
They're the most sensible, and they worked on the original shows. They worked on the original shows with a lot of these people, so I'm not offended in that sense because I think it made the most sense.
I'm joking to say that we were offended.
Of course.
I was offended.
There are some people online that'll take it.
I was looking at it going, "Where the fuck is Star Trek?"
Yeah, I was like, "No, that's cool." Yeah. There was a bit in my back of my head, sort of went, "Yeah, we've worked way harder on this, but we've rocked the boat at times. Or I have rocked the boat at times.
We stepped on a couple of toes.
Shared things they wouldn't have liked that I shared." It was and I'm not joking to say either that one of the people I spoke to got an email saying, "Whoever's speaking to SciTrek, you need to stop it." And I'm not joking. That happened. So I mean, it's we have maybe rocked the boat in places, but again, somebody from MGM directly contacted me as well and sort of shared a few things.
Well, because there's
I contacted that person. They said they knew nothing about what was going on. I'm like, "What fucking use are you then?"
Well, and they're keeping it very secret.
Useless git.
There's been nobody online that has heralded Stargate more than SciTrek. The new Stargate, Gate World, and Die the Gate. There's nobody who has celebrated Stargate more than them, and so that makes sense in that sense. But hey, MGM, we're here if you want to keep heralding things in because we're freaking ready and we're excited and we're happy that y'all did this.
I'm trying to reconnect with a few people that I haven't really spoken to for about 12 months. So hopefully somebody will know something. But I had given up a little bit. So
my message is not going through.
Well, that's the thing. As one of my email addresses that I sent to it bounced straight back.
No.
So I don't know if they maybe don't work for MGM anymore, but it can't be connected. It's like, what is that? Mail devil or something came straight back.
Mail demon,
can't be connected. So I'm like, maybe they don't work there anymore. Yeah, but
probably.
But there's just people I haven't really spoken to for 12 months because There's nothing to sort of talk about.
Also, I mean, just for the film industry in general over here in Los Angeles, there's nothing going on. I like people are losing jobs left and right just because there's no work out here.
The other thing, I haven't got the connections to MGM I used to have. Like I said, there's one person that was in PR, that used to give me brilliant info. They don't work there anymore. So it means that's why I've got info on other things, because they work for somebody else. So I don't have the connections I used to. Gate World are going to be the place that are going to be on top of this the most now, because they've got the connections. Brad Wright will message them and go, look out for this. Don't share it until we say so. Blah blah blah. They're going to have the best links.
Well, there's one way that we could not thwart that, but maybe help ourselves out a little bit, and that's where do I audition, Mr. Garrow? I'm an actor, and I was talking about the lack of work in this town.
Well, that's the other question. Where are they filming it? Are they going to go to Vancouver, or is it going to be? I mean, where are they filming it? Well, they haven't.
We don't know.
I mean, they're just in pre-production now, so I mean, next few months.
No,
but
Jay, where were all the new? Didn't Amazon recently acquire or refurbish a bunch of sound stages?
All over the bloody place.
That's the thing. It's not just one location, huh?
No, and a lot of their stuff now is done through. What's the name of the pigging company?
It begins with an H, I think.
It does start with H. The something group.
The Hackman Group.
The Hackman Group. A lot of their stuff is done through the Hackman Group, which they part own.
Jaffa number 3.
I'll take it.
But
I'll be a female Jaffa. There you go.
Okay. I've got the forehead for a Jaffa, so you can got loads of space for me to put the thing. The Matthew, he could put his on top of his head. I think it'd still be fine.
He's got it ready. I love it.
They've got a massive space at Vancouver, but if you go outside of California, there is capacity. Studio space. It's still a struggle in California, but out of California, there's capacity. But you know,
I'll be Wraith Queen.
Yeah, but there are places you want to go somewhere that's got the best tax credits.
Yeah,
so, again,
California has been. Specifically, I guess Los Angeles recently has been truly trying to change the lack of work around here with tax credits. We'll see if that's enough.
A few shows have just announced, haven't they, that they've moved. Night Watch. First season was brilliant, and the second one was terrible. Netflix show. Oh crap. Anyway, it's moving. It was just announced today. It's moving to California. A couple of second seasons of a couple of things are moving to California now because they've got the tax credits. It's literally announced just today. Have a quick look.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Fallout, Smith, and California and Night Agent season 4 are all moving to California. Are all going to be produced in California because they got the tax credits.
Which one? Sorry, say that again. I was faking a Google old screen.
Fallout season 2.
Yes,
3.
Season 2 filmed some here because it was right by Greg's backyard.
Yeah, the third season of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the new Baywatch reboot, and Night Agent season 4 will be all heading to California for filming because they've got the tax credits.
Cool. For Harris.
Remember that Amazon, when they got the merger, did promise to produce more things in America as well.
And
there's still the threats of those revenue, those taxes on top of stuff, so they might want to do that as well. But there's loads of places in America that could film it.
Yeah.
Seattle, but that's too Vancouver-y.
That might be what they're looking for in a way.
Yeah.
It might be what sort of story they do as well, though, isn't it? Because if it's a very big space-based thing, they're going to want. They can just do it with those big LED backdrops that they're doing a lot more and more now. Which that means it can be anywhere. But if they want somewhere that they're going to, we'll talk about it in a minute. And if they want to, but if you want to do something that's going to be on location a fair bit, somewhere, it depends what sort. Again, it depends what sort of show you're doing. In fact, Canada becomes very possible all of a sudden if you want to be in mountainous regions or something like that. You want to keep the costs down, and they are going to want to keep the costs down. I haven't got a mic. I'm just talking to my thing. I'm not on a mic. My mic is there, but it's not connected. I'll speak up. Is that better?
Yeah. So,
okay, you did just say something, and it came to mind when you were saying something earlier, and it also came to mind when Matt was saying something before that. The scope of and scale of this series. You mentioned it might be smaller.
Mm-hmm.
I think something that we've talked about plenty, but I think the excitement has kind of lessened that thought real quick, because it is one of the bigger hurdles that Stargate does face coming in with new things in today's climate. What Matt was talking about earlier is the politics of Stargate. I think there is going to be a microphone soon.
Yeah,
just going to get closer.
I see.
It's
See
nice
up your nose.
You know, I don't know if y'all have noticed or not, the political landscape of the world's a little dicey at times nowadays.
Sometimes.
Just a tad. I don't know.
I mean, they can probably work in like COVID as well.
Oh,
like, that's a real world thing.
Yeah, do vaccines. That'll help.
Earthquake and
Although COVID
better?
wasn't nearly as bad as the Ori plague, so
no, that's good.
Maybe
yeah,
not.
yeah. It would be a little. I hope they just skip over that. I mean, they might mention it briefly or something, and maybe that gave time for more Stargate things to happen, or more like government things to happen, or something like that.
Right. Or it came from another planet.
Something. But I just don't think if this is going to be a new series that they're probably going to lean into the politics. Do y'all think that that's something that they will do? Obviously, they have to address it to some degree.
I think so. It was one of the major plot lines from the original series.
But they can
wanted to always shut
but
down
it was
the
like
gate.
their own politics they created in the show. It wasn't like reflective of real world. So
it wasn't left and right. It was government versus.
There was Cold War kind of stuff ish, like the end of the Cold War. We weren't very friendly with the Russians and all that kind of stuff. Well, does that come back nowadays, or
right? Well, yeah, because the whole Russian thing right now. But I mean,
Russia.
Are they going to really reflect
I don't think
like the real world in the show? Because I don't think they did that before.
Yeah, well,
we're quite friendly with the Russians. It was the Chinese that was more the.
Yeah.
They weren't really trustworthy.
Well, it started off not friendly and then became buddies.
But Marina Sirtis was Russian and very pretty with a Russian accent.
Yeah,
so, I like that episode.
With the scale of it,
and Mayborn was it?
Do y'all think the politics will be weaned in over time, specifically for the show itself? Do you think they'll lean into real world stuff? Because they never got too heavy handed in that, which is good.
Yeah,
I don't think it would be a good thing now.
I think they should do like what they did before, where it's like there's politics, but it's all fictional. It's not based in real world at all.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going. It was more of has the politics on Earth made the Stargate program close? Because that was always something that was trying to. There was always a risk in the main series anyway. What if a Kinsey or a Kinsey-like character got their way, and it's been shut down for so long? Like maybe there was a change of president. Like Hayes isn't going to be the president forever. Like
he's probably dead, honestly.
Unless he ran for a third and fourth term,
right?
Which some people want to, but he wouldn't be president anymore because it's 14 years to gone by. If they keep it chronologically in order, which they might not. I think if they do bring politics into it, it'll be metaphorically done on a galactic scale, which they did before. The Jaffa represent maybe a bit more conservative side of things. There'll be, the oh my god, my brain just went. No, the Knox could be a bit more. Oh, we like fairies and things. Let's hug a tree.
They are fairies, aren't they?
Let's hug a tree.
Kinda.
That tree's over there. Yeah. Let's hug it and then put it in our hair.
You say the Knox. Do you think they even approach something like the Knox in this series, or do they say, okay, that was barely ever touched? Hey, Chazz wanted to be here. He's just got a double today, so
Chazz can just Chazz. Why did I just say to you as Chazz? The Knox and any sorry, Chazz.
Chazz catches the Knox.
The Knox, the Tolan, like any other previously seen like race, other than like, I'm not including like the Jafar because they're going to have to be in it in some capacity. They could just be like, they don't even need to be in it. You don't need to have them in. It'd be nice to see them again.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they will. I think it'll be quite a limited thing because, again, going back to them saying you don't need to have watched it to enjoy this series.
Yeah.
If you have the knocks in it, you've got to explain them in a 10 episode. And this is probably only going to be 10 episodes. Let's be honest. The first season.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty standard now. Yeah.
I know people are desperate. Like, can we get 20 episodes? Please don't. Okay, yeah, we can, but we won't. Chances are it's going to be 10 episodes, maybe 12. Chances are. They're not going to inject an awful lot into this that they have to explain in any real detail. So it's probably going to be humans in quite a small situation that they don't have to explain too much.
Yeah.
And with Easter eggs for us gators, that's probably how it's going to work.
Yeah. Well, keep it simple to start out.
Yeah.
Well, if they follow our favorite rule,
please
just keep it simple, stupid. You know.
Yep.
The
genius isn't in the thing. Genius is in keeping simplicity good. If they can actually keep it simple, and that's the important bit. They've not got 26 episodes to flesh out loads. They're gonna have to keep it quite focused, and they need. But the main thing is they need to look at what New Trek has done and not do that.
Yeah, for sure.
In a big way.
They need to not make certain mistakes. The mistakes Star Trek has made is if they do a prequel, it cannot step on the toes of what they've already done. They need to keep the CGI to a minimum. They cannot rely on the Enterprise spinning round and round. I do not want to see a Daedalus doing backflips. I just don't want to see it. We don't need it.
You don't?
No.
That would be kind of cool.
Well, I tell you this way, guys. Would you want one story or would you want Monster of the Week type of thing? Because I know I think it's...
I'd like a bit of both.
Yeah,
like
I agree with Matt. Kind of both, yeah.
I think within 10 episodes, you can just about get away with both, but you'd have to have 3 or 4 episodes of one storyline and then you can jump in and out. But I think this is going to be one storyline. I think this is going to be pretty much one thing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's fine.
I think it has to be. I think just with modern TV viewing and just the way it's approached from the producers and the studios, there's no way that we would get a monster of the week. I think nowadays the closest we have is something. I don't even know what the closest monster of the week kind of show right now would be. I don't know the last.
Worlds.
Which one?
Strange New Worlds. Strange New Worlds is supposed to be a monster of the week series with a overarching storyline generally within each season, which maybe takes up about 3 episodes, and then the rest of the episodes are individual. That's the sometimes a musical, randomly, or puppets, fucking puppets.
One goofy episode.
That's a monster of the week type of thing. That's at the moment. Discovery was never really that. Discovery was always a relatively straight storyline. But yeah, it would be that'd be the equivalent. I that might be the kind of thing we get. But with them saying it's a standalone series, I think it's going to have to be a one story idea.
I think it has to be in that sense. The thing that keeps coming to mind as we're talking about this, the smaller scale story with the larger universe at mind, what show does that sound like? In recent memory, a huge franchise that really needs to be revitalized after maybe it did kind of bad more recent memory. And then it really needed to come back in a good way for the average new viewer as well as old viewers. And then, well, true. But then season 2, whenever it came out, it decided to kind of go, oh, all right, we had this really fun, simple thing, and we kind of set some stuff up, and now we're diving into this world super deeply. I think we're about to get Mandalorian 2.0. I think we're starting.
No,
think about it.
It started really well and then got stupid, and then they did a movie that wasn't really a movie.
It's the only thing that, like, literally pace for pace makes perfect sense for the approach they're taking right now.
Fans and their stupid Mandalorian started really well and then got really stupid.
And that is probably something we should have at least I wouldn't say it's a worry because we're still excitement, and we're still excited. But that trepidation may set in after a year or two, whenever we're waiting for season 2.
Do you know what I'm really worried about with this series? I'm genuinely nervous that it's just not going to be very good. If I watch, and don't get me wrong, I will be 100% on board with this. I'll be really excited. But if we do a watch along, and I got the end of the first episode or second episode, I'm like, I don't like this. This cast is boring. Its writing's weird. I don't like what they've done. Mm-hmm. I will cry a lot on screen. I mean, I'm going to be blubbing like a little girl. Without being misogynist, I could blub like a little boy. Either way, blub.
Yeah.
I'm going to blub like a man that's caught his willy in his fly. All right. There we go. That was going to go.
I'll give it a bit of a leash just to see. Because sometimes first seasons and stuff aren't great. So I'll give it a pass. Yeah. We'll see.
Remember, Babylon 5 had 26 episodes or 22 episodes.
Yeah.
Different. We're not going to have the time.
No. That comparison, I vehemently disagree with.
One was good, one was awful.
Yeah.
Badlands. Is great.
Well, the Bud, I guess, in Badlands is intrinsically tied into the plot of everything going on, where Grogu was it was Monster of the Week to a degree, and then he was kind of tied into season 1 overarching in the last couple episodes. You break a pen again, Jay. Yes.
And I'm gonna have to bend down and pick it up.
Oh. Everybody get the SciTrek and Tachyon Post OnlyFans accounts going. Breaks his back in the middle of it.
You're so professional.
Fiddling with my fingers and was taking things apart and it broke.
Oh, God. I think The Mandalorian is our biggest litmus test, and that is right. That's for good and bad, I think. Just not with the actual way the show. I don't think Stargate coming back is going to be a space western, although I wouldn't be upset.
Of course not.
I'm going to disagree with you because I think Star Trek is. I think Star Trek is the
easier blueprint,
closest distraction. Distraction is the closest comparison to what, at very least, Amazon are going to want it to be. I don't think they're not going to look at Star Wars and go, let's be Star Wars. They're going to look at Star Trek and go, let's see if we can be the new Star Trek. Let's see if we can actually, because new Trek is very divided.
Yeah.
There's a lot of not happiness aimed at it. They're pretty much about to do a complete refresh because they've realized they've kind of cocked it up. I think they're going to look at that and go, we can overtake them. That's going to be their milestone. We want better figures than them. They won't really look at. I know Star Wars has struggled, but if Star Wars does anything, people go nuts. I just think they're going to look at Star Trek and go, we've overtook them before. Let's do it again. So, and you remember SG-1, Voyager and DS9 were coming to an end, and Stargate was the sci-fi show on TV. They were for a few years.
15.
Do that and go, let's do that again. So I think Star Trek is where they'll aim.
Yeah, I think that would be the goal. Approach-wise, I still see Mandalorian, just with how they've set up what they have. Just approach from the studio side.
Yeah, we don't.
Who knows how they're going to actually do the series itself.
Star Trek. But it does make me nervous when they keep saying things about attracting a new audience. That does make me a little bit nervous because that's what bloody Kurtzman keeps saying. But it's how you then do it is the thing. Doing a standalone series within universe that's got enough Easter eggs to keep us happy as well. That's fine because you can mention General O'Neill in an episode thing. You go something that General O'Neill would do, and we'd all go, I know who that is. And people that don't will just go, okay, there's a bloke called General O'Neill, that's fine, and move on to the next bit. But so there are ways to put Easter eggs in to keep us happy, but it still be thinking. Star Trek, their approach was canon doesn't really matter. We'll just do a story.
Right. Yeah.
When we cock it up, we'll fix it later. If the fans notice, which we're Star Trek fans, so we always do.
Yeah. That's just like.
And
Yes.
what we did, we'll do what we do, and we won't worry about it. These guys know what Stargate is.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, they'll stay true to the canon, I think.
And so
I think
approach might be the Mandalorian, what you're talking about, because they're going to want to do something that adds to the universe as well eventually.
They have to.
Yeah.
It's a question for you then, but I'm going to have to go soon because my voice is starting to hurt. I've got a cold. I shouldn't have drank that either. That was a mistake. Throat. I feel like I sandpapered my throat. Stargate universe. Should they complete that? And if they should, when should they do that? Because it's not going to be in the first season.
No.
No.
Maybe mention it first season and
like a back mention of the Destiny or something like that.
Yeah. Do you remember those people we lost? Oh yeah.
Yeah, because do they even know if they're still out there or not? They don't even know, do they?
They could just say, they could literally just have them already be saved and then later on show how they did it.
I was thinking the same thing. They very well may just be there. What if we open the new series with Rush?
Well, if you think about it, the longer you leave it saving them, the more likely it is they're all dead. So if when it starts they're already saved, at least you then got the ability to then tell that story of how they did it.
Well, and remember, who was when we were getting news of possible new Stargate? Was it last year or the year before? Who was the first actor that they were approaching that we remembered even talking about a little bit?
We know they approached Thingy for something.
Mr. Rush himself.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they did approach him over something. I don't know what it was, but they did approach him over something.
One thought that I had, it's kind of a silly thought, but it could be something. Talking about the politics, talking about the leadership of the U.S. and just the way that they're going to be approaching the show from that side of things. We mentioned Kinsey. He was kind of a pivotal part of the show, and every time he pulled up and things were happening,
President.
It got intense. Who's
yeah,
going to be the
president? But he's dead.
Well, of course, yeah. That's just an example of that. Who's going to be the president?
No, every time you bring up someone who's dead, I'm going to say that.
Yeah. Well, they should just do they should just do like a female president, like maybe
that's what we want.
I don't know.
No, you can't have Skara. He's dead.
President Anubis? Could we have President Anubis?
President Anubis.
He's dead.
No, can't have Anubis. He's actually he's not dead. He's in an eternal battle with Omidisala.
Eternal battle. You're right. President Carter.
She's not dead.
See, okay, I was literally about to say, you know who runs for president every now and then? Generals. Would Richard Dean frickin' Anderson, would he possibly be able to come back as the president?
How would they do that?
He barely liked running the SGC.
Yeah,
he hated running the SGC. He would not run the country.
No.
And I don't think Carter would do it because the general public don't know her. We do, and so do people in the know, but she's just a random military person.
Unless it's public.
To everyone else.
If it's public, she would be a national hero.
President Landry.
Yes. Could be. He's
I don't
around.
think that's a bad approach. Going for a general, and you would think that
Landry, I could see as president.
Whatever.
If Landry's in it, that means his daughter's got to be in it, which means we have to have Michael Shanks because they're going out in real life.
They're married and with kids in real life.
Yeah, going out married, same difference.
And she still looks amazing. Lexa Doig is so hot. Lexa Doig nearly made my top 10 hottest women in sci-fi.
Let's not get on that.
Some people did miss the point of that video. That was not about looking at boobs. They really did not miss. I did get a few comments of like, oh, you need to listen to what I said. That was not the point of the video. I mean, there was some leching. Don't get me wrong. There was some of me there going, but it was not the point of the video.
Who was number one?
Can't remember.
T'Pol.
Paul.
Yeah,
Sarah watched it.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
I watch her videos.
Enterprise. Star Trek Enterprise, the Vulcan.
Never watched it. I'm still on I'm still on Next Generation. I'm like, I've got it on an episode, and it's been there for maybe like 6 months.
I also had Inara, Mrs. Baccarin from Firefly. Of course. And Kaylee from Firefly. And then it was 7 of 9 from Voyager, Jerry Ryan. They were the top 4. But really, I could have put any of those 4 at number 1. And I actually preferred Morena Baccarin in SG1 because she did the short hair thing. And I got a thing for chicks with short hair, Sarah. So, but I do. It's like, I just got a thing for chicks with short hair. So, yeah, she was really, really hot in that. But I had to go Firefly. Because Firefly. Cat!
Cat!
Yeah.
Cat.
Sorry, I did the winking thing, Sarah. I feel really bad there. Shouldn't have done that. Anyway. Stop touching your cat inappropriately. What are you doing?
She's just getting some love. Get William Shatner.
Why are you clawing at it?
Yeah.
What's this?
It's scratching.
Nicely.
Yeah. Grabbing it by the I like that. Bill Shatner as president. Yeah, why not?
He loves it. She likes it rough.
Yeah. No, we get James Spader as president.
Oh, I tell you what.
That would be cool. Hey, if we get Landry back at all, can we get Kurt too? Just get James Spader, Kurt Russell, and Landry in there. All just different.
If you got James Spader in as some character, that would
be awesome.
Yeah,
fans would be.
They'd have to have him and Shanks would have to have some sort of interaction where they do kind of the comment that Vala made about the gene pool being so limited. Yeah. They could do something similar.
That would be cool. And obviously, he's bald as a coot now as well. Yeah. So I mean, you could have him as a Jaffa or something as like a Jaffa lead.
It's true.
You know, or as Hammond's kid, is Hammond of Texas.
Kid.
Or just bring back Hammond of Texas, just Hammond as Hammond. There's I think he's dead in the series, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You can't bring back Hammond.
Yeah, they already said
dead.
They said he's dead in the show.
Hammond's
in
son
Continuum,
or brother,
I believe.
all right?
In Continuum, they say he's dead, and the ship is named in order, I think.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Yeah.
They did that lovely, actually, the way they did that. Has anybody got any questions that you want to ask before I go?
I've seen this pop up a couple times real quick. Shanks is arrogant and Canadian, hard-headed, so it's hard to like the guy, but I can separate from Daniel. There are a few other people that said Shanks, I am the star, and some other kind of things like that. Where I think Michael Shanks hasn't been the lead of a show in a long enough time where I don't think that's going to be an issue.
I wouldn't think so either.
Especially if they're going with getting new fans in there, have a new team, have whatever approach they're taking. I don't think that'll be an issue. Okay. Well, if it's a concern people are having, it's a concern people are having.
Yep.
Shanks and Judge
I haven't
had a
seen
falling
that
out.
in like interviews I've seen with him and stuff. I haven't seen that, so I don't know. Whatever.
They kind of did, but I mean, it was a long time ago. They've appeared in conventions loads of times since.
Yeah.
These people have.
If they have a bit of an argument once, that's going to be news going around for years, and it might not necessarily be true anymore.
Hewlett and Momoa had a big fallout where Hewlett actually got in his face and threatened to knock him out, and then he was halfway through threatening him. He realised, oh, who am I threatening? And he was trying to back out of it. They really properly went at each other, and they hadn't spoken for years. And then Momoa phoned him up out of the blue saying, "Do you fancy being in C? I think he'd be perfect for it." And they went, "I mentioned even it. Don't we hate each other?" And Jason was like, "No."
No.
But it was like a big deal at the time, but it was nothing. But Jason Momoa was basically a kid back then as well, and David Hewlett was, a bit older than him. So, and then David Hewlett was amazing in C. He was the best character on there. He was brilliant, and Joe Flanagan was amazing as well.
I don't think Momoa would come back. I
think he would.
I actually think he very much would.
Because Stargate was his start. Is where he got his, made his
he got
name.
noticed on Baywatch, and Stargate gave him the name he has now.
Jason Momoa. He might come back as a cameo or something because he does love the series, but it'd be too.
I mean, not as a regular.
Momoa, he does whatever he wants, doesn't he?
But,
to be fair. So if he offered him something and he liked the character, he might. You never know. But all the rest, pretty much every other character, if they wanted to, would come back in a heartbeat. I think a lot of them haven't really had much of a career since.
No,
hasn't done a lot.
Flanagan will definitely be back. 100%.
So Flanagan's done very little, and he tried to buy it. So I mean, he's definitely
that's why I said it. Yeah, he wanted the show.
If and obviously they're going to focus on new characters. There's no way they're not going to add some cameos or give older characters at least a smaller role to some degree in the series. It'll be something.
I'm not sure they will. I'm not sure. Normally, you get this sort of show, you throw in a couple of cameos for a bit of fan thing. It's for a slot, and they make a big deal out of some cameo. And it was like DeForest Kelley in TNG, first episode of TNG, and they made a big deal out of it. I think that's kind of got a bit cheesy over time, and people sort of roll their eyes at it nowadays.
Well, if it's there for the sake of a cameo, totally. I think it needs to be part of the series.
If it makes sense for the story, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like at some point, you're going to need the smartest woman on the planet. So Sam Carter's going to have to come back. And then you're going to need, obviously, she can't solve it, so McKay's going to have to come and help as well.
That's good. Yeah, and that's the point.
And if you bring in back Sam, then you've also got to bring back Jack because they're now married.
Yeah.
And if you're bringing back McKay, then you've also got to bring back Keller because they're married.
Or are they still? It's been 14 years. Would you be
now
still
she's with Jason Momoa?
Would I still? Yes.
But we're in that one episode where they go where Shepard gets thrown far into the future. Wasn't he he was married to her and they were divorced now? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about being divorced.
It might have been an alternate universe, so you don't know, do you?
Yeah.
No, she died.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
She ended up getting some weird disease or something, didn't she?
I think so. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while.
Yeah. So, just because if they don't do a storyful cameo, I guess is the way to say that, or have somebody, even if it's just slightly intrinsically involved with the overall plot line or a plot line that's happening throughout the series, who makes the most sense to bring back? And I want to take a second back, not just that, you're obviously SG1, Team SG1 is of course, bring Chris Judge in, bring Michael Shanks, bring Sam, bring Ben Browder, bring Vala. We have all these people to bring back. If you are an executive producer working for Amazon and you want this series to do as best it can and go forward for as long as it possible and have other projects springboarded from this project, do you bring those people back first? Or do you bring somebody like Joe Flanagan, who kind of has almost more sway in the Stargate world too, for other actors wise? You bring him back, you start getting other actors back immediately. You bring back the other 3 or 4 or 5 even, you might get some people back because they want to be with them, but those same people might not want to stay there for as long either. Joe Flanagan would be intrinsically involved the second you involve him till the second you kill him off or the second the series ends. And not only that, he's going to be fighting for the production. He's going to be working as best. Right. He's going to end up being a consultant producer just because he's there, you know?
Maybe bring him back as an O'Neill type character for the
I think
new
if anybody's brought back, Joe Flanagan makes the utmost sense because of just his passion for Stargate and the ability to, if he's back, he has the chance of getting the original SG-1 actors back. If all the other SG-1, if 1 or 2 of the other SG-1 actors are there, they might literally say, "Yeah, I'd love a bigger role, but give me a cameo for the season. I'm good with that." You know, Joe Flanagan would be fighting for more, and I don't think the others would not fight, but they know their place in it, and they'd be like, "Hey, I got my place. I don't have to fight for it." Or Joe Flanagan's like, "I have a place, but I'm gonna fight for it anyways." And I feel like, from that executive point of view, from Amazon,
I was going to say which character fits the storyline is going to make sense. I could 100% see Joe Flanagan is like the new general or something like that. I 100% see that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
David Hewlett, Amanda Tapping coming back because, like Matt said, their experience, their intelligence, blah blah blah.
Cadet Haley will be
Teal
back.
could come back. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Teal could
Could
come
bring her
back
back.
if you're doing stuff.
Well, she's not a cadet anymore.
Oh, yeah.
No, she'll be like a major or something by now.
Do we
That'll be a
do?
reason for it. Is my point.
Do you think because Martin Garrow wrote for these series, he knows these characters? Obviously, he's watched Stargate plenty of times over. Do you think he takes and hears the fans saying they want somebody like Cadet Haley coming back, who's no longer? Do we?
I think when people say stuff like Cadet Haley, it's more just we're drawing on like what we've already seen. But them as creatives, like they might just come up with someone completely totally original, and that's
of course
fine.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Of course, that
they've already said there will be original characters, but I mean they can bring.
Of course, there will be. It's brand new. It's a brand new series. It's 15 years old.
Which is why it's I've done a video today saying it's kind of a reboot, but it's a soft reboot. And people go nuts. I don't want to reboot. I'm still interested in the comment. I don't want to reboot. If it's a reboot, I'm out. I'm like, you need to watch the video first before you comment.
And also, there's a different definition between soft and hard reboot.
Yeah, I've basically said, look, a soft reboot, as far as I'm concerned, is in universe, new characters. That's a soft reboot. That's what TNG was. Star Trek TNG was a soft reboot.
Yep.
A hard reboot is basically you're starting again and nothing from the previous season existed. Battlestar Galactica was a hard reboot.
Yeah.
Lost in Space, hard reboot.
Yeah.
I think there is a difference. We're doing this is going to be a soft reboot. So they've said in their interview, say this isn't a reboot, it's a continuation, but then say it's all new characters. They're just avoiding saying reboot.
That word is just a trigger word.
It is a reboot. It just is. It's the only things we've had a continuation recently was when they brought back the BSU. The FBI thing, Criminal Minds. They brought back Criminal Minds. That's a continuation. All new characters. Didn't they do anything with NCIS as well? Oh, your favorite, Futurama. That was a continuation. So we've had a few recently that have come back as continuations. But it's quite rare.
Yeah.
This is a soft reboot. It just is. Because he said it's not a reboot doesn't make it so. But
thank you.
We're happy you're here. And we're freaking happy to be here too.
I'm going to start trying to be on them a bit more often. Actually, I've been missing in action a bit more recently, but my life's been a bit busy. Upside down. I'll try to be a bit better. And I need to stop.
What was that? Did you just hear heartbeat?
Heartbeat.
It's there. Can you not hear that?
What are you talking about?
Are you hearing your own heart?
Harris is messing with you.
What's?
Oh,
What?
fuck off, Harris. I'm there going like.
Right, I'm gonna go, guys. I'm starting to feel quite unwell again. So, bloody head colds, man. I start feeling better, and then towards bedtime, I'm like, So,
I'm gonna jump off as well.
Okay, jump off.
Right.
I'm not gonna jump off anything high. Just
I lost badly, but thank. I heard about Stargate. I got distracted. I couldn't hit the side of a barn, and I lost really badly. So never mind. You need to concentrate when you're playing snooker, man. And to be fair, I started to feel sick again as well. So I was all right when I got there. I was like, I had a sneezing fit about an hour ago, and I feel amazing. Won my first game. Heard about Stargate, and then started to feel a bit snotty again, and lost really badly. So what you can do? These things happen. It's nice.
They do.
That, mate. Where'd you get that from? It's nice jumper. That. Where'd you get that from?
There's one.
Oh.
SciTrek.com or whatever it was back in the day.
Sci-trek.co.uk.
All right. Doesn't exist anymore.
Yes. You sent me this
one. That
one.
up for me.
This one I bought. You sent me this one though. The Sleeping Giant of sci-fi.
I didn't set that up for you.
You set up the website, didn't you? Oh no, I set that one up. You set up the
I did 9 chevrons.
The fan page. I just couldn't be bothered to do long term. I tried.
It's alive.
So long. Yeah, I feel a lot better today. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is man flu. I could die at any moment. I literally could just. Man flu is. I mean, honestly, Sarah, if you had what I've got, you'd be in hospital. Because man flu, it's a killer. So it's a miracle I'm sat up straight. I've got a bit of a sniffle. I was at work today and I said, I'm just ill enough. I'm not ill enough to phone in sick at work, but I'm ill enough to bitch about it a lot. So that's where I'm at. I'm just complaining at everybody that lets me that I'm really poorly. I'm not.
You got Rodney McKay-itis.
Yeah. I genuinely have only been sick twice. I've only been really, really poorly from like a virus twice. And one was I had pig flu. I had swine flu. And it genuinely knocked me out for about I couldn't get out of bed for like 2 weeks. And then the second time I had COVID. First time I had COVID, didn't really bother me. Second time I had COVID, I couldn't stay awake. I just felt really sick and then slept for like 2 weeks. That's the only times I've ever really been sick. This is just irritating.
You got sick so Stargate could thrive right now.
Yeah. I'm just wishing that life I was playing snooker. How rude. I mean, like, come on. God damn it. Anyway. Are you guys all right, by the way, before I disappear? Is everybody okay? How's your back?
Yes.
Yeah, how's the back, man? Not well.
No, I don't want to talk about it. Stop talking about me personally. I'm fine.
Well, after this stream, I got to go pick up my cat from the ICU that's been there for the last 56 hours.
You're going to play peekaboo. I see you.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going now.
I'm going to call it a night as well. Enjoy.
Bye.
Talk on. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Well, how much more, I guess, should we dive into, or are you thinking we should pick this up on Sunday a little bit?
We can get into it Sunday. Maybe Stormy will join us. That would be good. See what his
That'd be fun.
take is
That'd be
on
really
it.
fun.
If but he's probably real busy. But
hopefully we can get Chazz on board too. I sent messages to Melvin and Aaron, so hopefully we get a little chilling and some sci-fi quests too sooner than later. Because this is just something that, I mean, obviously, selfishly for our channel, this is going to be good eating for the next few years.
Yeah, especially Stargate Outpost.
Yeah,
we'll have to do like when there's episodes, we'll have to do reactions and stuff.
So y'all know what to do. If you aren't already subscribed, do that, of course. But pay attention to the Stargate Outpost right now. We got some stuff coming, which it's just going to be. It's. I'm stoked for the next couple years. I don't know exactly what it's going to bring to us, obviously.
Yeah. We've got probably at least
thank you, Valentine.
A year and a half before we get to it, but hopefully there'll be stuff slowly coming out that we can talk about, and so to keep an eye on all that.
Well, like what we were talking about earlier, I think Martin Garrow, from the way Jay was talking about it, and from the way I guess he was discussing it with Darren and David on the stream yesterday, or I guess the announcement that was stream-like. I did like that they did it like a stream. That felt very audience focused.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't get through it all, but I watched like that and then the live stream that Darren and David had like after that. I haven't gotten all the way through it yet, but it's just a lot of what we're talking about, just people's reactions and what do we think is going to happen and how many episodes and when is it going to come out and are we going to see legacy characters? It's just hopefully over the next the next coming months we're going to learn the answers to all of that stuff. I mean, they must be asking legacy characters to come back. I can't see why they wouldn't.
I think there's a specific. There's a multitude of specific reasons. They were very, like Jay was saying, they didn't say the word soft reboot, and they were very much saying sequel series, continuation, sequel series, which is a soft reboot. But hey, trigger words, we get it.
Yeah.
I hope they take the approach. Do you think anybody would have the same? The only person I feel like that would bring, I don't know. Is there somebody that would bring the same type of passion that Joe Flanagan would bring back? he's just kind of almost.
Yeah. David Hewlett's the only other one I can think of, because he's still very much, and he's an actual nerd.
Yeah.
It's like channels and stuff he has out there.
Well, 'cause those two are more
I'm just
realistic.
trying to think of somebody from SG1 though that's like that. I don't know.
I guess McKay kind of does bridge the gap there.
Yeah.
If they wanted to go the science route, but I don't see them going the science route necessarily more than the military route, because the military route, that's easy.
Yeah, because he's not military.
People naturally progressed here, Is he?
But if Sam's like running the SGC, where she's kind of away from doing the more sciencey stuff, I could see bringing him in as kind of the lead scientist there, And you got to bring back Daniel. We didn't even get to that. You got to have Daniel. That's like the heart of it, But
yeah.
But how, and what is he going to be doing? It's kind of. I mean, I suppose he still would be doing archaeology on alien planets, or running teams of archaeologists or something. Maybe, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
As much as I would love to see Sam in more of like a true leadership role, I don't think she'd be in charge of the SGC. From her point of view, I don't think that's something that from the character we know she would want to. Now, Atlantis, she got into adventure out of that as well. I think she needs a little bit of that adventure.
Right.
So I'm just intrigued, but I think the Michael Shanks, I don't want to call it the Michael Shanks problem, but how the hell do you bring him back without making him the main character almost immediately, or at least one of the main 2 or 3?
Yeah, I mean, at least at the start. I mean, I could see phasing him out later on, maybe. I don't know.
But then that's where
is he still working there? Are they gonna, is there gonna be some storyline where they have to go bring him back in? Has he finally found, like, whether it's Vala or someone else, does Daniel have a family now or whatever,
If you have Daniel, you might as well have to have Vala back too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hopefully a kid or 2. Hey, they're not military tied. They can have children. It would make sense
to just see that Daniel got some happiness in life the last few years or whatever, it would be cool.
That would be nice. Now, I don't want to call it the Michael Shanks problem again. But he was the most dramatic out of all of them whenever the original series was going on. And there were multiple people in our chat today that have commented about, well, kind of referring to him. Do you think they maybe avoid bringing him back in a larger capacity? Because if they bring him back in a larger capacity, it allows him to have the say and sway to say, hey, I'm taking this thing back. I mean, original series, and Daniel Jackson.
I don't know. I don't think if like Brad and Joseph are involved, I don't think so. I think.
You think he's going to already be intrinsically involved?
Maybe, but I think he might. I think Michael might be better. Feel better about the show because they are involved.
Yes,
so
but even then, my worry, just for the sake of having worries, because I think most people are going to be, we're going to have super excited everybody from here on out. I think we might be one of the few groups of people that are taking the time to have a little pragmatism with it and a little realism in there and say, hey, yes, this is freaking awesome. Okay, let's digest it and figure it out mentally where their approach is going to be, how it makes sense for them to approach it, yada, yada, yada. Michael Shanks was the star. You bring him back, it would make sense to give him a larger role. Midway through the series, he was like, I'm out of here. They got somebody to essentially completely replace him in a really cool kind of manner and gave him a really nice send-off.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, let me come back a little bit. And they let him come back. And then he said, well, you know what? Let me come back. And not only did they let him come back, the guy that was already intrinsically tied into an SG-1 member, we were saying 5 SG-1 members earlier, 6 SG-1 members with Ben Browder and Claudia Black as Canyon Vala. There's freaking Jonas too. Jonas Quinn's right there. He ain't dead. He's smarter than everybody else, like literally.
Yeah.
And
it's just, will they want to bring him back is the thing. I mean, I think it would be cool. It'd be,
Well,
there's a
probably-
lot of fans that were into, because I mean, the first season it aired on the Sci-Fi Channel was with Jonas. So I think a lot of people got in then, but a lot of fans, they wanted, Daniel back and all that stuff. So.
Well, and my only trepidation and why I could even refer it to the Michael Shanks problem, and I don't like to call it that necessarily. That's just the phrase that's come to mind while we've been talking about it.
Yes.
The second he wanted to come back, they literally took a guy's, and who knows how contractually obliged Nimick was already tied into it. He was 2.5 seasons into a show already, of a 5-6 season show that didn't have an end in sight yet.
Right.
The second their old main star wanted to come back, they threw him to the wayside. They didn't just say,
that might have just been budgetary reasons though too, because
they were getting larger budgets more. That was the peak of their success. But
they would probably have to pay a higher salary to Michael Shanks versus him.
Well, of course, that was going to have to be something.
Yeah, it would have been nice to bring him back like some more. I mean, yeah, the way that Jonas was handled, I don't think it was the greatest. I think they could have checked in with him a few more times. Well, but then they got into the Ori stuff, which kind of moved away from, the universe that he was a part of. They got into the Ori stuff, so there really wasn't a reason to bring him back. But
and you think Michael Shanks didn't want him to come back either? Hey, that was my replacement. If he comes back, it's taking stuff away from me, because he did say things like that throughout time. Obviously, that's speculation, but he did have those thoughts and that approach to the series as the series was going on. At its peak,
I could see be like why you're going to have two of the same character in a way. You know what I mean?
I mean, but when they were on screen together, they were awesome. But it seems like
they could have done an episode in where maybe they brought him in as a guest star for some special level of knowledge he may have or something,
Just say that he's working with SG2 or SG25 or something, and he's back in this episode.
Right.
Oh, look, we see him at the base. Him and Daniel are going over notes at the beginning of an episode.
Right.
There are so many ways they could have handled it, and just from that 2020 hindsight kind of perspective, it looks like, knowing that Michael Shanks had the kind of uproar he had in the middle of the show,
right?
It looks like it was almost Michael Shanks saying, "You can't come back." Obviously, that is a total speculation,
right?
That just with the way
I just figured it was like the showrunners and stuff. I mean, if anything, I think it was might have been more RDA than him. I always get the sense that RDA didn't like him.
But RDA dropped after Daniel came back, after Michael Shanks came back, because it proved that Michael Shanks wasn't necessarily the star because RDA's there. It was kind of that was a little iffy. I don't know. Obviously, all of that is a decade old, if not older at this point. 2 decades old, technically. I don't think any of that's worries. I don't think any of that should bring worries necessarily, but nonetheless, it should. I don't know if we should approach it cautiously. But maybe that should inform. Maybe that helps us think about how the studio is going to inform their casting choices. Because I think everything we just laid out. I mean, just from the way Set was, and from the way you almost have to make him a main character if you bring Daniel back. And if you bring Daniel back, you have to mention Vala. Do they have kids? How did it work out? There's just small things.
Did they get together or not? Whatever,
If you show them, people are going to have not just 10, 15 questions. They're going to have 10, 15 main questions that everyone's going to be asking. Then there's going to be about 1,000 on top of that.
Yeah. I mean, you could look at each, how do you bring back each character and explain what they've been doing and where things are at in their lives. Maybe Daniel's just a consultant at this point, because most of these people, I don't know, a lot of people that were in the military might be retired now and things like that.
Or I guess the easiest way to do that, if they wanted to bring them back, is what do military people do when they retire? Run for office a lot of time, So there are intrinsic ways to do it.
Yeah.
it's just interesting. I'm glad we mentioned the Joe Flanagan approach, because I do think if you bring somebody back,
right? Yeah, it would make sense, like him, because I mean, Joe Flanagan still looks good from what I've seen. You know, when I've seen him at Comic-Con things and stuff. Yeah, it makes sense that maybe he could be a general, or at least right there at like the almost general level. Because we know he's a little bit controversial sometimes, so maybe that's kind of prevented him from getting as much advancement in the military as maybe he should.
that's true.
But yeah, I mean, I could almost see him running SGC, but that's why I wouldn't want him to be necessarily a general, because I would like him to still be like going on missions and stuff.
Well,
where if he was running the SGC, he wouldn't really be doing that.
That's true. In the alternate timeline, of course, we had Lorne, this like second or third in command of SGA, end up being the SGC leader as well, and that would be an interesting approach.
Right.
Because we've already seen it technically happen in universe. So that would be a fun way to do that. And it would be a minor character that you wouldn't have to focus on. The actor is just like, he just seems like the nicest fella. You know, he's just, hey, I'm here. I'm here to help you. That's what I'm here to do. And that, what, on his breaks, on his days off in Atlantis, he would sit on the, or stand on the balcony and just paint while everybody else was doing a bunch of crazy stuff. That's kind of the level-headed kind of person you want. Running something. I don't know if they go with that, even though it makes the most sense in like universe wave they've already like approached before. Yeah, but
I want Mayburn for sure. Love Mayburn.
Tom and Beef. That was fun. I think Tyler Great did another series of Stargate trivia a couple weeks back. I need to go watch it.
Yeah, I remember they asked for people to, you know, like email them if you wanted to be a part of it or whatever. But I haven't, because I don't know. I mean, my depth of knowledge, I don't know if it's at that level with Stargate. You know, I mean, I know a lot, obviously, but
I thought I knew
really
a lot.
Get into the, you know, the
me
weeds.
And Retro Badger Gaming got last place in the last one. Yeah, we tried our hearts out, but shoot, it was also Stargate the movie, so it was a little different.
I don't know, maybe they'll have us on, because they're talking about they're going to be doing more live streams and getting more of the other community of Stargate fans, people out, you know, out there, bring them in. So I would think maybe at some point we'll be in the mix of that.
I can message David, and we can all text and get in cahoots with that, because I do really think not only does it make sense for Gate World, Out of the Gate, us, Nerd Cookies, all of the big heralding Stargate folks to get together and enjoy this kind of precipice of new Stargate that we've been afforded. Yeah.
I know, is it Quinn's Ideas? Is that the name of his? Anyway, he's been doing stuff again.
Quinn. Really? The book guy, literature guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Quinn, really? He does Stargate stuff?
Oh, I don't know if he does Stargate stuff, but he's back. And I was wondering, I don't know why, because when you say Nerd Cookies, I think of like
they're in a similar
So when you say Nerd Cookies, I'm thinking of him too. Okay. I don't know if he's into Stargate or not. I'd have to look, but
yeah, he's a book guy for the most part. But if he likes
more
Stargate,
like books and adaptations and things. Yeah.
But I really do think it's a good idea, and like we've talked about with Star Trek and Star Wars, we don't want to end up in a similar fan base as them. And the obviously size and breadth of fan base, sure, let's grow this sucker, you know, but also an approach to the franchise, and I think really Stargate and MGM and Amazon throwing us a bone and including the fandom in the announcement the way they did shows
that was a smart thing to do.
It's smart, and I feel like they actually learned something from Rings of Power to a degree. I think it kind of sucks, because I'm pretty sure Rings of Power is a little too far gone for them now. They're like, okay, we're contractually obliged for 5 seasons, and we kind of got to get it out. Let the showrunners. These are the first-time showrunners. I don't know if they're ever going to get another show after this. But let them finish. Let them finish their whatever the BS that it ends up being is, sadly. The apathy phase. it's so far so good. I can't say anything.
I mean, we just have to kind of. Maybe we'll get some, when they start filming. Maybe we'll get some. It'd be nice if they share us even along the development process, like.
Well, I feel like
some of the props they're building, costumes, maybe, those, how a lot of other shows have done like little, like they take a picture of a prop and something and it's like a hint of what might be, do that kind of thing where you're just kind of dropping little like breadcrumbs along the way of this is what things are going to look like, or maybe get like a little tiny shot of like part of a gate or something just so you can see what it's going to look like, that kind of thing.
Just show us a chevron lock or something like that.
Yeah.
There's some small minor ways of doing it. And a good example of literally what you're saying right now is have you seen the one photo they have for the Legend of Zelda so far? The live action Legend of Zelda. They just did the first picture of Zelda and Link. And I swear the guy that's playing Link looks like young, tiny, little skinny Chazz, just blonde. And it cracked me up. But they have that, and that's from Nintendo, and Nintendo's excited the whole world with that now. And it's like, okay, we have this. Wes Ball, the guy that did Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, is doing this.
Yeah,
that's interesting, and that's what we need. We just need that interest peaked. Simple as that. And the only other person I think that actually would get other Stargate actors back more so than just, and I think they would all try to get each other back, of course, but the ones that would fight for others rather than, hey, this is my agent's saying I'm doing this, and agent, you do this for me real quick, because that's just the approach actors take. It is contractually the way they have to go about it a lot. There are human beings that fight for stuff a little bit more. Joe Flanagan's one of those guys. And you know who else is really, really, really passionate about their work? Chris Judge. I think those two, besides like the science or just other military aspects, make the most sense just for the production standpoint of trying to get folks back over time as well. There's a lot. This is something we're gonna have to talk about Sunday, Valentine. I meant to mention it earlier, but this is something we might do a big group chat about as well. How close are we going to be to just the Expanse 300 years in the future? But because we have the tech we have, are we the Expanse?
We could be,
Point one, like,
I mean, I'm expecting it to have more of like an Expanse kind of feel, like SGU, that kind of, make it more. I don't know how to explain it. Just make it look like the Expanse.
Yeah.
Maybe the tone or whatever is different, but it's probably going to look, I would guess, more along those lines than what it originally looked like. And they'll be able, if they have one of those, what is it, volume rooms or whatever they're called, they can do. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be able to do like so much more, like effects wise, and maybe with how good like CGI is, we can get some more aliens. Because that was one of the complaints, is that there wasn't a lot of aliens. Everybody was humans,
Do you think that's something that we focus on, or that they will focus on? Is actually showing aliens a bit more, saying, okay, well, now we're not just Monster of the Week in them. We might do some Monster of the Week type of things, but now we're going to see the Unis and see where they're from, and see how they've grown as a society. We're going to see how the Jaffa have. We're going to see if the Lucine Alliance is still around, and to what degree. Are they a smaller thing that's kind of been diminished from all these other societies growing up and kind of taking them out a little bit, because they would be kind of against the Jaffa. They'd be kind of against anybody, realistically. They're kind of
or what's happened with all of the, what we, the races of people that we know of, like what's, check in with what's kind of happening with all that. But at what point do we do that? Because they're going to have to kind of do some re-explaining of things, but there's clever ways to do that, where it's not just like, oh, here's another boring, this is where the Jaffa came from, kind of thing.
They don't have to do it all at once either.
No, just along the way. I guess it depends too on, like, do they get a lot of new people, so they have to really focus on appealing to that, or is it going to all be people that already know it and they'll be able to tell from the maybe they'll make it more focused on the stuff that's existed, depending on what that balance, or they're probably going to try to find a good balance between those two things, I would imagine. But
yeah, because a balance between the two things. Speak of it. Here's Tim saying here.
Oh yeah, we talked about that before, I think.
We have, and I actually think that might be a good approach for them to take. I'm very intrigued to see the approach they take with their villains. Yeah,
and like that's a big thing too. The Wraith, they're just kind of out there hibernating right now.
Yeah, and have they just been hibernating for 15 years? Did they? Because they were kind of at the top of their game. They were just attacking Earth. It's not like we destroyed their entire fleet or something. Like,
yeah,
they still got plenty of ships and I think plenty of people times about 5 left.
Yeah,
they've got a lot of hive ships just hanging, and planets, and even if what might make sense is, hey, maybe they did get beat down a little bit, and we can find a way to kind of, hey, they did this happen and they got exploded. The Jedi did this, and this over here. I don't know, something like that, and then hell, maybe the Wraith have just been recouping power the last 15 years, just doing the regular feeding stuff.
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah. For now, they'll probably just leave it as it is. Maybe down the road, bring in the Wraith threat or something. I don't know. Because Atlantis, as far as we know, Atlantis is still in San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
As far as we know.
As far as we know, yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting things. God, we're going to have so much to talk about.
I know there's so many different, there's like 1,000 different directions they could go. But I think it's right to kind of keep it simple in the beginning. You know what I mean? Just kind of, okay, here's the world. The idea would be like to be able to like drop back into it and it feels right. It just feels like an updated version of what we know.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully we get that. And then they put in, they have a good storyline and we get a few Easter eggs here and there would be nice. A cameo, whatever, at least one legacy character back in that beginning, 1 or 2, just to kind of like, oh yeah, and have that actor as that character, to see that again, to give you just kind of the feel. And yeah, it's just, but I kind of agree with Jay of like, there's kind of that fear of like, is it gonna be good though? You want it to be so bad, but I feel a lot more confident with having Brad and Joseph involved.
Me too.
And even the showrunner, who he has, he's not somebody new to Stargate. So we're bringing in people that know what they're doing,
Simultaneously, the thing I'm most excited for and the thing that worries me the most. I think the passion that he'll bring is great.
Right.
And I haven't seen any, or I think maybe some of his work, but I haven't seen much of his work, if any. But just from the outer perspective, the audience, the not audience perspective, just someone generally, the average Joe coming in there just looking to see if it's worth it. I don't know if many of his series make it past the season 2. I don't know if many of the things really get good traction. And that is something that I think we should worry about to a degree. Not necessarily worry, but keep in the back of our mind.
Right. I just hope they don't overthink it and that Amazon lets them be them and doesn't try to put their fingers in it or committee, kill it by committee kind of thing. They just need to not overthink it. Go with their gut of what they know, what they feel things are at and how it should be. And hopefully they'll be given the freedom to do that and not have to feel that they have to shoehorn in any certain topics or whatever.
Yeah. As long as they kiss, we're good. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid.
At least to start out, then you can start building more from there and doing backstories and things like that from there. But
it is funny that it's such a good example, but it is just the best example. Do it like Shrek a little bit. Shrek is a very simple movie that has, like it says in its own thing, so many layers in there, like an onion, Shrek would say.
Yeah.
Like, you peel back those layers, and it might just look like an onion out front, but you keep going, and there's just another layer here, and here. If that's the way it should be approached, I am very intrigued that.
Keep it an onion. Don't make it something else.
Yeah. It's my voice acting, my dialect coach always says, you're not a giraffe. Stop trying to be a giraffe. Use the voice you have and the best ability you have. Use your and apply the same thing to like use the best lore you have. Use the best writing ability you have in this kind of same manner. Oh God, I just brain farted. Something that we should talk about on Sunday. Oh, what was it? Oh no.
Oh, we just mentioned it too. I'm trying to think of it too.
Y'all help us out. What were you just saying?
Going up through the chat to see if that refreshes my memory here.
Write them down. We should have written down whatever it was.
What was something we mentioned like 2 minutes ago?
I know. It was just a quick mention that I was like, oh, okay, I'll go mention it again just before we head out.
Yeah.
Make a list for Sunday.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a list.
Yeah.
But yeah, let the experts who have been doing the writing and producing do it their way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
God, what was I thinking? I don't know. That hopefully it pops in my head before we get out of here. Housekeeping and laundry list for today, though. Before we jump out of here, we're an hour and 50 into this thing. We will see you on Sunday, no matter what.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, because last week with Greg and I, we were going to just talk about the first 2 to 4 episodes of Fallout season 1, rewatching it for our Radical Wasteland podcast, which if y'all aren't familiar with and you like Fallout, come watch Radical Wasteland with us tomorrow.
I rewatched episode 1 last night. I'm going to rewatch episode 2 tonight.
Perfect. Hey, well, honestly, if you want to come on tomorrow, if you have time, you're more than welcome. Because we are literally just talking episode 1 and 2 tomorrow. Because last week, when we were planning to talk 1 through 4, they released a trailer.
Lot of episode to cover.
Yeah, they released a trailer like 2 days before.
And you got into. I watched some of it, but I was did I have to go? I know I was working on my own channel stuff, so I had to like stop watching it. But
we ended up talking about that thing and some of those just Bethesda aspects of how they approach their stuff for almost 2 hours. It was crazy. So instead, tomorrow we're going to do first 2 episode, not rewatch alongside. We're going to say we've already rewatched those 2 episodes. Let's talk about them and think about where they lead into season 2. So that's tomorrow, Radical Wasteland podcast. Saturday, I don't think we have anything planned. Sunday, we will be back with Sci-Fi Sundays, and you know what we're going to be talking about. Y'all know what we're going to be talking about.
Yep.
We have 2 more days of information to just scoop up as much as we can. Y'all send us emails, y'all send us texts, y'all send us DMs, y'all send us messages on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere you know us that you have us added at. And send us bullet-pointed things that we need to discuss on Sunday, and we will discuss them on Sunday, y'all. This is an unfounded time for Stargate, which is great. I think we're all going to enjoy the hell out of it, and I really hope we do. Yeah. It's exciting times, and I hope we have some good eating. What do they say? It's game day. It's game day. It's game week, game month, game year, game couple years now, and that's exciting.
Yep. Now let's sit and wait. I mean, we'll get through all the excitement and ideas and thoughts, and then it'll be waiting again. But at least this time we know something's happening. So that's awesome.
Very much so. Yeah. So just last iteration. Hey, come Fallout with us tomorrow, Valentine. We love it. Yeah. Come Fallout with us.
I might pop in too. You never know.
Come on. I'll send the link. It'll be fun. I guess housekeeping wise, just Fallout tomorrow, Radical Wasteland podcast. Sunday, of course, Sci-Fi Sundays, like I said, and Monday. We were going to do it today, but we had something to talk about.
But there's something bigger. Yeah. That's how we should have started the stream, was like,
welcome to Farscape.
Breaking news. Your regular scheduled programming has been, but it wasn't regularly scheduled programming to begin with.
That's also true. It was Monday to Thursday because of the cat. Oh God. picking
What
that
happened?
thing up
Anyway,
in a minute.
you don't have. You can tell me later. Is Cat gonna be okay? That's the bottom line.
He was very close to not being, but
Okay.
yes.
right, cool.
It was just he got parvo out of nowhere. He's too old to freaking get parvo too, and it was just poof. Oh, thank you. I didn't expect to spend that much money on a cat. I'll tell you that much. I got a cat calling me. We hear the distant hum of a power core. Hope something comes out. This is so true. Anyway, we're gonna just start rabbit holing if we're not careful here.
Yeah.
We are.
Well, I got other things I need to go do, so we gotta get out of here. But yeah.
Thank you all so much
Thank you.
for spending the time with us here today. We will see y'all on Sunday. I forgot what day it was for a second.
Tomorrow or Sunday or whenever.
Both. Come to both, y'all. Yeah. And we'll hang out, get some good sci-fi discussions going. Also, Greg and I were just mentioning they put out Hunger Games: Sunrise of the Son of the Reaping, Sunrise of the Reaping, whatever the Haymitch prequel is supposed to be. The Woody Harrelson character.
Oh, it's gonna be his when he's in it. Okay. Yeah.
So it's his Hunger Games. That is dystopian sci-fi. So I guess we might end up talking some Hunger Games in the new year too. So there's a lot of eating to be going around in these sci-fi circles, and I think
we could watch those We could watch those movies and do discussions about them, and
it's gonna be fun. I almost don't know what to say right now, just because there's so many fun little things happening.
I know, it's just exciting. We were just talking about like, is sci-fi dying or not, or whatever.
And what did we end up? What was the conclusion? We're actually in a renaissance of sci-fi.
Yes. Yep. Here we go.
We're doing it. We're doing it. Oh, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
Where is what I was looking for right here? Oh, I put it in the wrong thing. All of that being said, we hope y'all have a fantastic day, fantastic weekend. We'll see you tomorrow for Fallout in the Radical Wasteland podcast. Sunday, we'll see you again, and we'll keep talking a little bit about all this good stuff. And in the meantime, we hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day.
Bye.